You know what DEI really stands for? Dumb, evil indoctrination. Woke liberals spew it, corporate losers fall for it. But thanks to Trump, America is rejecting that trash. And I'm leading the fight to end it for good. I'm Andy Barr. It's not a sin to be white. It's not against the law to be male. And it shouldn't be disqualifying to be a Christian. I'm Andy Barr, and I approve this message to give woke liberals something else to cry about.
This is an actual ad for a white supremacist running to replace Mitch McConnell in the Senate. You know, this isn't the first time and the last time that we're going to hear this white victim mentality of don't be ashamed to be white. Tammy Faye Baker, i.e. Erica Kirk, said the same thing. Don't be afraid to be a strong white man. Who's afraid of being white? Who's not proud of being white? I'm ashamed of white history. And that's what you people like this white supremacist running for Senate call woke. See, white history, when you actually look at American history, and you people run around with your flags and your bald eagles and your nationalism, and you say, we're the best of the best, and you say this was founded as a great Christian nation on great Christian principles. See, when you actually look at it, like me being a woke person, it was found by white people, hanging black people from trees, legalized slavery. White people tore out the fetuses from black mothers. White people kidnapped black people. And when they died on the ship coming over here for up to 6 months through the travel, white people treated them with such disrespect that they threw their bodies in the ocean. So much, as a matter of fact, that bull sharks would actually follow the slave ships. That's actual American history. Founded where, hey, you're black, you're only worth 3/5 of a white man. You're black, you're not a citizen because you're not white. But what is driving this victim mentality? It's called racial resentment. It's by beliefs that Trump's voters are the unique and foremost victims of the machinations of America's political and economic systems. For example, in the aftermath of Trump's 2016 election, scholars at the University of Chicago used survey data to argue that white vulnerability, the fear of loss of status relative to other racial groups through no fault of their own, motivated the white millennials in Trump's base to cast their ballot for him. Among other things, people who scored higher on the pollsters' measures of white vulnerability were more likely to believe that racism against white people is as big of a problem as it is for black people. Just think about that. Trump's base is so stupid, so saturated with white victimhood, they literally think that America is being racist against white people just as much, if not more, that America has been racist against black people. And that's what this video is. They are petrified of a white minority. They see it on the horizon like a sunrise. They see the mountains about 100 miles away. And they know that it's coming. And it scares the hell out of them. Look at what they're doing, right? Dr. Oz is talking about the birth rates. It should be 2.1 children. It's at 1.5. Make more white babies. Come on. We got to keep up with it. Deport the brown people and say, we just want people here legally. That'll help the population. But at the same time, you vote for a white man that's a rapist and a convicted felon. That's okay because he's white. He gets a free pass. Oh, look at the black districts. Let's overturn the Voting Rights Act, the one thing that made it equitable for black people to have representation in this country. Nope, let's take that away and let's make all those white districts run by the white man. That's what this is. That's all this is. What did he say in his video? In fact, what did he not say? Anything about affordability? Housing? Buying a house before you're 40? Anything about gun violence? The number one cause of death of children is gun violence in the greatest Christian pro-life nation in the world. Nothing. Nothing about universal health care. Nothing about raising minimum wage or retiring early. Nothing. He ran on victimhood. Be the victim. Culture wars. DEI, CRT, Antifa, radical left, libtards, green M&Ms, Dr. Seuss. Everybody in the world is against you because you need to be the victim. That's why things don't get done in this country. And this is just selfishness wrapped as patriotism. It's selfishness. Oh, it's personal liberty. No, it's selfishness because you don't give a damn about the betterment of the country. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to elect this white supremacist. White hood and all, because they don't care. They want to own the libs. And he's going to do nothing to make Kentucky better. He's going to get into culture wars. He's going to give tax breaks to rich people. And the midterms are going to come around and the general election. And you know what's going to happen? Oh, let's blame the transgender athletes this time. Ooh, let's blame the immigrants. Ooh, let's blame the Somalians this time. Who can we blame? Everybody except the person that we put in power to own the libs. When they own the libs, that tells you they don't give a damn about this country. They're not even voting for themselves. They're not voting for their neighbors. They're not voting for their state. They're voting against a group of people who has a different ideology. You know, those radical left people that want universal health care and a living wage. They don't want their children doing active shooter drills in schools, you know, crazy shit like that. Just off the cuff, radical policies. I don't want the ice caps to melt so we flood the entire world, you know, really radical shit like that. Oh my gosh, oh, he's so woke. While you people run around saying, hey, what are your pronouns? Hey, what's a man? What's a woman? Hey, do you want a boy going in a girl's bathroom? I don't want Donald Trump going into the bathroom. I don't want Donald Trump going into a locker room or a dressing room if I had a daughter, because he'd probably rape her. That's what I'm worried about, not a transgender athlete. But you're stuck in these bullshit culture wars. And that's why nothing gets done in this country, because you're not serious people. You're like little children, and Donald Trump gives you somebody to blame, and you vote for idiots like this and Mitch McConnell, who just care about winning a fight. And it always comes back to this, white people. How many of you are going to finally say something like I'm doing? Because that's the problem. There's just one of me. I can only do so much. How many of you have not talked to your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your uncles, your aunts because you're worried about it being weird? You're the only people in your circle that can have those conversations. I can't. Nobody else can because they trust you and they listen to you. But you won't do it because you don't want to be uncomfortable. Your silence is complicity. Evil succeeds when good people do nothing. MAGA succeeds when white people sit silently. Because that's what happened with George Floyd. Metaphorically, there was 3 cops that could have done anything and they didn't do it because they didn't want to break the thin blue line of silence. Ooh, I don't want people to make fun of me. Ooh, I don't want to be on a call and they ignore me. You could have saved his life and you didn't. Now, this country is either going to progress past white supremacy or we're going to fail. There is no going back to where we were. That ship is gone. That port is destroyed. It's gone. We're either going to progress as a society and defeat white supremacy, or white people are going to sit by in their privilege and let the entire democracy burn to the ground, because that's exactly what's happening. Clowns like this and the Grand Wizard in the White House, they're going to burn this country to the ground to own the libs. And these idiots in Kentucky, in Louisiana, in Mississippi with 6 teeth that marry their sisters and inbreed, I own the libs, and they're losing their farms. Because you're too stupid to listen to policies that the black woman, because you just couldn't stomach it, right? You just couldn't stomach it. The black man in the White House triggered part of this country. When you hear traditional family values from that white nationalist Mike Johnson, you know what it means? White. A white kid sitting next to a white cop in a white ice cream shop being served by a white police officer. That is what MAGA wants. 1776 with 4 billion trillion guns. They don't care if you die from gun violence. They don't care if you starve to death. They don't care if you're homeless. They don't care if you can afford a house. They just want guns because freedom. They don't care if you have the freedom to afford a cost of living because they keep giving money to rich people. I'm telling you, white people, this is going to be your fault. And too many of you celebrated that 8 million people went out to the No Kings protest out of 340 million. And I don't care if you like it, that was a white participation trophy. Half the damn country should have been out there. Every damn white person should have been out there. I don't want to hear crap about, I get baseball games, I got to walk. Oh, it's not going to do anything. Then you're complicit. You are. It's going to burn to the ground. And at some point, your silence is going to come back to bite you in the ass. And don't say, I didn't vote for this. You may not have voted for it, but your silence allowed it. With great power comes great responsibility, said Ben Parker, the uncle of Peter Parker. Whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not, I have white privilege. Are you going to use it or are you not? And for people that keep saying, well, I'm poor, I don't have privilege. Oh, let me explain it to you for the people in the back that still have their white hoods on that can't hear me. I'm sorry, are you called the N-word? Do people cross the street at night when you walk? Do you get turned down for jobs? Do you get paid less because you're black? Do you have to give the talk to your kids? You probably don't know what it is. It's when white cops pull black kids over at night just because they're black, suspicious. Oh, yeah, you were speeding. Wink, wink. Oh, yeah, let me see all your documentation. Could you come out? Could you do a sobriety test? Wink, wink. Hey, nothing to see here. Were your grandparents in somebody's will as a piece of property? Were your great-grandparents hanging from a tree? Has your house been redlined? Has your house been appraised at a different price? No? Did you ever have to pay money to vote? That's privilege, is not having the privilege to go through that shit. It has nothing to do with how much money you make. It's how you're treated. Have a white day.